Hi guys, welcome to Sue's Kitchen. So today we're gonna be making a red pea soup. As you can see, it's tasting good, it's bubbling away. So I just wanna welcome you to Sue's Kitchen, and I wanna ask you guys, please remember to subscribe and share, leave a comment, and stay tuned. Let's get into the ingredients. Okay guys, here is the red peas. I put it to soak. So now I'm gonna put it to cook while we prepare our veggies. So this is what it looks like overnight soaking. I left it in the fridge. So now I'm gonna put it on the stove to cook. So this is the boiling water. This is the water. I didn't start boiling it, but I'm gonna dump the peas in and let it stay, and that we're gonna peel the veggies. Okay guys, so right now I am going to show you some of the ground provision. In Jamaica we call them food. And some of them are veggie that we're going to put in my pea soup. So here I have some carrots. I have one chocho. I'm not sure what the name is for what they call it in America, but I know they don't call it chocho. But this is chocho. I have turnips. I have Irish. I have two cocoa. I have a piece of yellow yam. I'm gonna need up some dumplings. I'm gonna show you that next. And remember, we have the peas on the stove right now cooking. So now I'm gonna do the dumplings. But you know what, guys? Before I do the dumplings, I'm gonna peel my provision. So let's peel the provision. You know what I'm gonna do too? I am gonna put a half a pumpkin in there. Even though it's not pumpkin soup, I still like to put pumpkin in there. So I'm gonna go get the pumpkin, and we're gonna peel and clean up our veggies. Okay guys, here is the pumpkin that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use this pumpkin. I'm gonna peel. We're gonna peel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel everything. Then we're gonna wash. We're gonna wash, and like even with the pumpkin, just take out the inside. I have a bag over here. I just put it to the side and just put my stuff in. This one is kind of a little hard to peel. You can peel it that way. You could peel it this way. Or you could use a vegetable peeler. Sometimes I tend not to use the vegetable peeler because things fly all over the place, but it works good still, It's just that it makes a mess. But that's alright. So guys, I like to make pea soup. Especially now when it's so cold, soup and stew are always, really good for the cold time. So just take your time, and this kind of pumpkin is always a little hard to peel. I don't know why. It's very tough for some reason. But it's really good. It gives the soup always a nice flavor. Most time, some people don't put pumpkin in their pea soup, but I like to put pumpkin in my pea soup. So we do the red peas. The peas is cooking. I'm going to actually turn the fire down under the peas because we don't want the peas cook too much. Leave the food because we don't want the peas to, we want it to actually taste peas when we're having our soup. So one piece is done. Here is the other piece. So guess what I'm going to do, guys? I'm not going to peel all of it, everything on the video, because we don't want to. Wait. If you can hold it and do it like this, because it flies all over the place, you just put it on the countertop and just do it. But this tends to give me a better job, a faster job than the knife, because the knife sometimes can be so dull. Just hold it. Just know that you have to pick them up after, because as I said, they tend to go all over the countertop. And once we peel everything, and even with this, you don't even have to peel off all the skin because there is great fiber in the skin. So all this, you can leave it like this if you want, Sometimes I cook the pumpkin and I don't even peel it. I just cook it in the skin, wash it real well, cook it in the skin, and then I just eat it like that, even in the skin. You know, those rough edge sometimes is good, you know. Fiber is very good in your diet. Like now I'm cooking and I'm having my smoothie. Check out the YouTube channel. How to make that smoothie. It's a power pack smoothie packed with fiber. So now we're gonna do our carrots. Easy 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna wash and then we're gonna dice everything. Now, easy. This soup, trust me, this soup is gonna be good, rich, nice. Hit the spot, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's so cold. We've been having a very cold winter. This winter has been real rough, real rough. But God has been good, taking us through. So no worries, no complain. We're still giving thanks. While we peel, we're gonna kind of measure what we're doing, you know, because we don't want too much food in there. If you're making a big batch, like what I am doing, everything that I am using, if you want a smaller batch, you just use a half. Like I'm gonna use like two nice size and a little size of carrot. Now you could just do probably one. You can probably do 1 Irish or 2 Irish potatoes. This one not good, so we're gonna leave out that one. And if you don't like, you know, you can add and you can take away. You don't have to use everything I'm using to put in your soup. So we're just gonna peel these. Then later we're gonna do the seasoning, the scallion and the thyme and stuff. We're not ready for that yet. We're gonna do it in stages, right? We're gonna do the first things first. Then after, I'm gonna wash everything after, dice them up. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna meet you back here when I'm doing the dumplings. We're gonna do a little bit of dumplings, you know. Soup is not soup without dumpling. Without having dumpling in soup, you know that is not soup. We have to have our dumplings, our spinners. So once we peel everything, we're gonna just give them a nice wash and then bring them back and dice them up, and then we're gonna rinse them off again. You know, we like to know that our stuff is nice and clean. You see guys, how easy is this? Alright, so I'm gonna meet you back here when I'm finished, and we're gonna make the dumpling together. Alright, okay guys, so in here now I have 2 cups of flour and a 1/4 cup of cornmeal and a pinch of salt. Over here is our veggie that I dice and wash. Hope you're seeing it. So this is all the veggie we dice, wash, ready to go in. But I want to make everything, I want to put in everything at once. So I just have a glass with water. We just pour it in the flour, just like that. Just use your hand and just work the water in. Take your time, no rush. You know, you don't want to do too much and spill. Just a little water at a time. I might have to get some more water. It's so easy to make dumplings. Just flour, water, and salt. And to this I just had a little cornmeal. Cornmeal is optional. You don't have to. I'm using a spelt flour. You can use regular all-purpose or wheat or whole wheat flour. I'm using a white spelt. You can have the 2 type, the whitish one and the one that looks like whole wheat. Now I think I might have thrown too much water in here. No. Jamaica, we say, spoil the flour, man. Got me spoil the flour. It not spoil at all. So that's why I say I have to do a small at a time. But just sprinkle a little flour on it. It not really spoil, but We want our dumpling nice and tight. The more you need is the firmer is the dumplings. If you like the dumpling firm, you just need put pressure in it. Put a lot of pressure on it. You see I'm pressing? Yes, so that's pressure when you want to get it nice and hard, or in Jamaica we call it tight. But it's you know a little hard and not soft. You don't want soft dumplings. So there we are. So our dumplings is ready. Dumpling is ready. Veggie is ready. We're gonna go over to the stove and we're gonna put them in the pot that we already have the peas. Okay. Now we're at the stove. So as I said, I have the peas already cooking. So in here is the peas. We don't want to overcook our peas, so we make sure to turn the stove down. I'd put the yellow yam. I don't know if you remember, I showed you the yellow yam. I actually put that in before I start the video. So now to this, I'm gonna add all the veggies. Just take your time, don't burn yourself. So there we are, all the veggies. So now what's gonna happen? The peas is gonna, continue cook along with the. See, they're not hard, but they still have a little ways to go. So everything will cook together. So now we had that. We had the veggies. So what you see floating on the top is the Irish, the turnip. That's what you see floating on the top. So in here we have pumpkin, we have carrots, we have Irish potato, we have turnip, we have chocho, we have cocoa, and we have the red peas. So to this now, guys, I'm gonna put my dumpling. So you can make the dumpling. We normally make spinners. So what is spinners? You put a piece of the dumpling in your hand and you just roll it like this, and then you roll it long way like this. This is what we call spinners. You can do spinners, or you can just do traditional dumpling. We just put it like this, and some people do it this way, and you just roll it and you use your palm and you just flat it. There is a lot of different ways. Some people just hold it in their hand and just do it something like this. This is not my favorite. I'm not good at this one. My mother make it like this. I am better with this one. When I do it like this, roll it, put it in. But most time when we're doing soup, we just make spinners, just these small ones. Sometimes I like to just grab a small one and just drop it in the size of the veggie. So when you have your veggie, you have some little small dumpling just like that. I like that in my soup, just the same size with the veggie. So you have everything around the same size. You can do it whichever way of your choice. I like to do a couple of these. Sometimes you get to sneak it in the kids' food when you do it like that. By the time them start chew it, them realize sometimes they don't want to get the dumpling. So when you do it like that, sometimes they will eat a dumpling. So that's it. Just mix it up, make it different. So after we do this now, we're gonna cover this and let it cook for 20 minutes. We're gonna leave it to cook for. And while it's cooking, we're gonna clean up and we're gonna get our seasoning together. 15 to 20 minutes. We want the peas to finish cook, so we're just gonna try it. Probably I wrote at a 10 minutes mark. We're gonna try the peas, make sure the peas is cooking nicely and all the food is getting soft. And then we're gonna get the seasoning and stuff together. We're gonna put all of that in, and I'm gonna actually add some coconut milk to it. Coconut milk is very, very good in red pea soup, but I'm not ready to add the coconut milk. Once it come to a boil, or you know what, I can add it now, but I think I'm gonna wait until it come to a boil, because sometimes when you add cold things in the water when it's not boiling, it slow down the cooking it slow the water down and slow down the cooking process, and we don't want our food to junk. We want our food to start boiling. As you see how it start boiling already, those small bubbles, we're gonna let it come to a solid boil, and then we're gonna add our coconut milk. All right, guys. So there we are. Soon it's gonna be bubbling soon. That's it. I'm just gonna stir it and then cover it, and we're gonna come back in another minute or two once it starts. Don't stir it too much because you don't want to mash up your dumpling. Just, you know, move it around. So in here I have 8 cups of water. I think 8 to 9 cups of water I have in this pot because I'm making a lot. And as I said to you earlier on, everything that I use, you could do a half of it. If you want to make a smaller batch, you could do a half of everything you saw that I use. So we're going to put the fire on high right now, so because we want to get it to a steady boil to add the coconut milk. So we're going to cover it up. And when I'm putting the coconut milk, we're going to come right back. Okay, we're back. It's about 5 minutes in. And it is boiling nicely, looking real good. At this point, I'm going to add the coconut milk. Just 1 can of coconut milk is good. If you have fresh coconut juice, just 2 cups. Okay, now we're gonna cover it again and we're gonna let it cook for another 10 minutes, and then we're gonna add our seasoning. So we're gonna do the seasoning. So let that cook for another 10 minutes, then we're gonna add our seasoning, and then after we add our seasoning, we give it about a 5 minutes cook, and then our soup will be ready. It's been a little over 10 minutes and we're back. Tell me, guys, how beautiful is that soup? Huh? Look at that. Look at the bubbling. Look at the bubbling. Look at that. Guys, it's amazing. All right. Now we're gonna add our spice. Guys, you know what happened to me? I did not have any green onion. I thought I did, I didn't, so this is gonna miss in the green onion, but it's still fine. So let's check what we have. We have a large onion, we have some thyme, garlic, we have a green pepper, we have some pimento, we have mixed spice, and we have some ginger. So somebody might be wondering why ginger. Anytime I cook with beans, I always add ginger because the ginger helps to take the gas away from the bean, because beans can be very gassy. So I always try to add some ginger in any kind of beans that I'm making. And the ginger also helps, ginger in itself helps with digestion, and it helps to give the food an amazing taste. So this is what we're adding in. I'm gonna add salt, but I want to show you guys something. I know normally sometimes I don't use it, but I'm gonna use it because I know a lot of people know about it and some people don't know about it. So because I'm doing a vegetarian type soup, I'm gonna use a soup flavoring. This soup flavoring is a Jamaican stuff, but we have a few kinds. We have chicken noodle, we have cut noodle, but I'm using the pumpkin flavor because I do not want any meat substitute or anything like that in there. So I'm going to use a pumpkin flavor. So I'm going to use one of these. I already added to some water. I just added to some water and mix it out. I don't pour it directly in my soup because sometimes it makes lumps. So I had it in a little water and I mix it. So I'm just going to add that now to my soup. Then after I had this, we're going to taste it to test the salt, because that can be a little salty. So I'm going to just stir it a little. And just leave the pepper on top. Just leave it like that, you know. We don't want it really to burst. Alright. It still wants a little salt because I didn't put a lot of that. If you're making a batch like my batch, you can use two noodles like that. I just use one because I just want a little bit of the flavor. It kind of gives the food a nice flavor. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. As I said, it's not, you know, salty enough. So I'm going to put back the stove on high. I had it on medium. I'm just going to put it back on high and bring it to boil. And once it starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down. So this is it, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover this again. And we're going to have the seasoning cooking it. It smells so good, guys. I wish you could smell it. It smells really good. I'm going to taste it just for the salt because I'm gonna come back and taste it later. I tell you, I don't have any green onions. That also. So what I do, that I add an extra. I add an extra piece of onion. All right. I think it needs something else. It needs something else. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the mixed spice to it. You can do any mixed spice of your choice. Anyone. Them have a lot out there. Choose which one you like and use it. I try to use a mixed spice without MSG. But if you don't mind that, you can get whichever other one you want. So it start boiling now. And the peas, I got to show you the peas. I like my peas like this. That's why I tend to cook the peas with the food. I cook it a little before, but I normally cook because I don't want my peas to be like, I can't find my peas. So this is my peas. There it is. It's cooked. It's going to cook a little bit more because we're going to make the seasoning really cook out into it. And, you know, with the coconut milk and everything, my gosh. Oh, it is banging. It is really doing its thing. So I just put a little seasoning. I'm gonna let it boil a little and then we're gonna come back and taste it again. Tastes really, 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 really good. So we have the pimento floating on the top. The pimento is good. The pimento really give it a nice flavor. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover this. We're gonna leave it, let it boil for 5 minutes. We come back and check it, taste the seasoning, see if the seasoning is where we want it. If not, we had. If not, we just leave it, let it be the way it is. So we're gonna put it now. Now it's boiling, so we're gonna turn back the stove down to medium because we don't want to burn the bottom of our soup. Put it on medium, cover it, and we come back in 5 minutes. Okay, guys. Ooh, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Look at that soup. All right now. Yes, yes, yes. We get into the meat of things. So this is the 5 minute mark. We're gonna taste it, girl. It is looking amazing. Let me give you a close up. Let me give you a close up. Look at that. Looking amazing, and it smells divine. Okay, it smells so good. And you know what I like with this soup? There's a lot of broth in there. It's not thick. You know, I don't like when my soup is thick. I like when I have soup to drink. You know, sometimes you get soup and it's so thick. No. This one have a lot of juice, a lot of broth. So guys, we're gonna taste it. Moment of truth. Let's taste it. Let's taste what's happening. You see the cocoa, or the cocoa just a spin over the place? Let's try it. Let's try it. Ooh. Wow. Guys, the pepper, the everything, that everything, it's just delicious. Delicious. Guys, I'm gonna let it boil for another 2 minutes and we're done. My peas is nice and soft, but not, you know, not mashed. It's not disappear. When I'm gonna see a pea soup, may I see my peas, or may I drink my soup, I can chew up on my peas. That's what I like. Alright guys, 2 more minutes and we're done. Thank you for watching Soul's Kitchen. And guys, please share, like, leave a comment. And I just want to tell you, thank you for staying with me. And I see you in my next video. We're out. Bye.